The riot, you the GOAT, boy.
RT, you good, bro?
Benzion, you the man. I've been doing this here, man.
Crazy coming back, he crack the sky, he come with fire. Babylon, yeah, it gotta burn, yeah, with fire. Damn, where you read that at? It's in the Bible. I tell you what you're afraid of, a black messiah. Crazy coming back, he crack the sky, he come with fire. Babylon, yeah, it gotta burn, yeah, with fire. Damn, where you read that at? It's in the Bible. I tell you what you're afraid of, a black messiah. Christ, he coming back to save his people from the enemy. The same people stole us, then they sold us to the enemy. Came on a slave ship, shackles on my damn arm, yokes around my neck, on my feet, so I couldn't run. Me, shack.
Hey brothers, what y'all know about unity? You in the game? No? How about you right there, the coach? You in the game? Alright, cool. That's good. Because they got so-called unity in the game, right? Bloods with the Bloods, Crips with the Crips, DA with DA, Eastside with Eastside, right?
That's right.
But guess what? Ain't no real unity in that.
That's right.
The only real unity is coming together in God's laws.
That's right.
We're gonna get you a question next. Read what you got.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace.
Endeavoring, I mean, you're gonna have to work at this thing.
That's right.
Because we've been conditioned to hate each other. What's your name, brother in the hat? Yeah, you. JD, you. Jaden. Varian. Chris. Varian. Jaden. We gotta work at this thing because we've been conditioned to hate each other. That's why y'all see a lot of violence out this way, right? Read what you got.
Endeavoring to keep the unity.
Working to do what?
To keep the unity.
We gotta work to keep the unity between us up under God's laws.
That's right.
Give me Zephaniah 2:1. We're touching on unity right now. We gotta come together, y'all. And not come together for no damn basketball.
Right.
Not come together for no football, man. What you got?
What do Jesus look like?
We got you. We're gonna touch that next. After we get unity, and you learn that you gotta come together with your brothers in the purple. All right, we're gonna touch on what Christ looked like, all right? Read what you got.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come on.
Gather yourselves together.
Read.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That don't mean, that didn't say be separate. What did it say?
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
We're that nation. The so-called blacks and Hispanics, we're the nation that's not desired. So since nobody else wants to deal with us, guess what? We got to deal with each other.
That's right.
And God said we got to gather together up under his laws. Give me Sirach chapter 36 and verse 11. Give me Sirach chapter 36 and verse 11. Unity is very important. That's why it's all over the Bible. I can go for days just talking about unity. Put together a whole class just on us coming together.
That's right.
Up under God's laws. Read what you got.
27. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Do what?
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Y'all brothers come forth. I'm going to show y'all something. God said, gather all the tribes of Jacob together. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He said, look at this sign right here. What do y'all see yourselves at? American blacks? That's where y'all see yourselves at? God said, these people that you see on this sign, the American blacks, the West Indian blacks, the so-called Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Dominicans, right? The Indians. God said, do what?
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit them as from the beginning.
Because at one point in time, there was love amongst us. We was together. But he said, gather them. Go out and teach them to gather together. So he commanded us to come out here, not to nobody else. We ain't here for nobody. We here for you, Jaden.
That's right.
We here for you, Chris. We here for you, brother. Right? Gather all the tribes of Jacob together. That's what we here for. All right? So if y'all are American blacks, guess what tribe you from? It's right beside it. And the white.
You said first letter.
J. What'd you say? Judah.
That's right.
That's right. The same tribe that Christ was from. The one you just asked about what he looked like? He's from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Alright? Let me get Genesis 49:1. Genesis 49:1. Gather together, man. It's all over the Bible. Unity, man. It's very important. It's very important. Give me Genesis 49:1. This is what Jacob did. Come on.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his son.
So Jacob called unto his sons, Chris. Look, Jacob, remember I told you his name was changed to Israel. Jacob called unto his sons, read.
And said, gather yourselves together.
He said what?
Gather yourselves together.
He said, gather yourselves together. That's what we got to do in these last days because we've been separate for so long. Gather yourselves together. All right, so let's touch on your question. Let me see Caesar. Who is this? This is Jesus. That's what you say, JD? It's God. What you think, Chris? That's God. That's what you've been taught. All right, let's touch on that. Give me Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. Give me Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. All right, so let's read about Christ. Let's see, JD, if that's Christ.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelations of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and sanctified it by his angels unto his servant John.
Right, so Christ came to John to show him what was going to happen and befall us in the last days. And one thing that he said to show the people is the true image of Christ, the true depiction of what he really looked like, because it was going to be pushed in the earth that he is a so-called white man. All right, so give me verse 11.
Verse 11, saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
Verse 10.
Verse 10, I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice.
So this is Christ, Jaden. I'm answering your question. John said, I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and I heard a voice behind me. All right, so if you hear a voice behind you, what you gonna do? If somebody come behind you, be like, yo, Jaden, what you gonna do? You gonna look back. All right, so let's see what John did to this voice, this man that was speaking to him. Read.
And heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write it in a book.
Right, so he said, what you see, write it in a book. Come on.
And send it unto the 7 churches, which are in Asia, to Ephesus, and unto Smyrna.
Verse 12. All right, so this voice, this man came behind Paul and said, what you see, write this in a book. Come on.
Verse 12. And I turned.
And I did what?
And I turned.
Same thing you said that you would do. You would turn to see who's talking to you, right? Come on.
To see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
And being turned, he saw 7 golden candlesticks behind this man that he's seen. All right, so y'all come forth. Y'all come forth. So look on these pictures right here. So these are the depictions of who the world calls Christ. Y'all all said that this man was Jesus Christ. But when he turned around, he said, I seen 7 golden candlesticks. What did he say he saw?
Being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
So which picture has 7 golden candlesticks? Okay, so the one on the left has 7 golden candlesticks. Okay, so that's strike 1, right? For all of these, it's a lot of these pictures, right? That's strike 1. Read.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks one like unto the Son of Man.
One like unto the Son of Man. So the Son of Man would be Christ. That was another title that he had, Son of Man. Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he had on a long garment, kind of like myself. Right? Read.
And girt about the pouch with a golden girdle.
Right, so he had a golden belt. Solid gold, clean. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it says his head and his hairs were white like wool. What do you think that means, Jaden? Chris, what do you think that means? Say it again. Say it again.
His hair and his beard was white.
You hit it right on the head. You smart, Chris. All y'all smart. You understand that, Jaden? He said his what?
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Chris said the hair on his head and his what? His beard was what? Was white. All right, so now let's look. Do this man got white hair on his head? What about a white beard? Now, look at the picture to the left. Does this man have white hair on his head? What about a white beard? Okay, so now we have what? Strike 3. 7 golden candlesticks, right? His head and his hairs were white like wool, right? Read.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
All right, so look close. What color is fire, Jaden? Like reddish, yellowish, red, orange? What color is his eyes right here? What color? Blue. What about right here? What about right here? So got black eyes, brown eyes, blue eyes. But the Bible said what?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
But his eyes were a flame of fire. Now, what color are the whites of his eyes? What you say? Red. So that's another strike for who? For this guy. Read on.
And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet. Like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? Brass. Yeah, brass. 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 B-R-A-S-S. You ever seen a penny? Something like that, right? What you say? Brown. Are your feet the same color as your body? Huh? You have to think about it, are they? Right? So it says, in his what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So let's see, you said brass is brown. So let's see how brown this brother's feet was. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you take something that's already brown, what color it's gonna get, man? It's gonna get what? Gonna get black. Very, very, very dark. Read.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Meaning Christ spoke real loud, right? So if his feet was like brass, burnt in a furnace, it's already brown, right? If it's already brown, you burn something, it's gonna turn what? Gonna turn black. So what color would Christ be according to the Bible? Y'all ain't never learned that in church? What was you about to ask, Jaden? That's crazy. But it's been right here the whole time. Y'all been to church, right? They ain't never read y'all the depiction of Christ. But guess what? That's all right. That's why we out here to teach y'all, to build y'all back up, man. To bring back the remembrance of your King, your Lord and Savior, what he really looked like. That he looked like you, brother. Don't you know this is white supremacy? This is white supremacy because it's taught in your schools. It's taught where? In the media. They teach it in the movies. Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12.
Bring it out.
And 9.
The book of Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9.
Come on.
And the great dragon.
This is the dragon. Read.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
Called what?
Called the devil.
Read it strong. Called what?
Called the devil.
devil means deceiver. Meaning somebody was going to come and spread lies. Was going to deceive Chris. Was going to deceive Jaden. What's your name again, bro? Varion, right? Was going to deceive Vari. Read.
And Satan, which deceived the whole world.
Which did what?
Deceived the whole world.
Meaning lie to the whole world. How? Through the movies, right? You just said it. Through this. Because they was going to deceive. Because everybody, man, thinks that Jesus Christ is a so-called white man. But that's the devil. The deceiver. The trickster. Read.
Which deceived the whole world. He was cast out unto the earth.
Right, meaning he's going to one day be out of rulership. Right? Why? Because it's truth about the real Jesus Christ. What he looks like is coming up out of the earth right now. Because we're teaching you so that you can go and do what? Teach them over at DA. Y'all from DA or y'all from the east side? Y'all from DA. So what's that? You from the east? Y'all from DA. Hey, all praise to the Most High, man, that y'all can get along. Right? Ain't y'all been warned against each other? East side, DA? Yeah? Yeah. We heard, right? Ain't it a bunch of killing over there? Ain't it a bunch of killing over there? All praises to the Most High, man, that the Most High ain't took y'all out, man. So we come out here to teach you, man. Don't join that foolishness. Don't join them gangs. Exodus, know what I want? 23. Don't join them. Don't follow your homeboys that say, hey, man, let's go hit this lick. Read what you got. Exodus chapter 23. Come on.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
So God said, don't follow a multitude to do evil. What's the name? What's another word for a multitude of men that want to go do evil?
Concert.
Yeah, if you got a multitude mean a lot of men, and they want to go do evil. They want to go hit a lick on this nigga, right? What's that called? A gangster, man. God said don't follow no gangs, man. Read.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
Right. So don't follow a multitude to do evil. Proverbs 1 and 10. Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 10.
Read.
My son.
Yo, you a son, right? You a son, right? Chris, you a son. I'm a son. Listen to this wisdom. Read.
My son, if sinners entice thee.
If them gangs entice you. What's the name of the gangs over here in DA? The Crips. What's the name of the gangs over there in the east side? You from the east side, Jaden. What's the name of the gangs over there? The Bloods and the Crips. DA versus east side. He says, my sons. This is important because we're trying to save y'all lives, man. You're trying to save you from getting hit with a straight bullet. Read.
My sons, if sinners entice thee.
If the Bloods and the Crips entice thee, come on.
Consent not.
Consent not, meaning don't follow them. Read.
If they say, come with us, and let us lie wait for blood.
Let us lie and wait for the Bloods. Let us lie and wait for our own men. For our own people. Let us lie and wait. This is hip talk, bringing that up to date. Let's go hit a lick on that nigga. Let's go rob him. Let us lie and wait. Read.
Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause.
Right, y'all heard the song Lurking? Lurking, y'all heard the term lurking, right? That's in the Bible. He said somebody was going to come up to you, Jaden, talking about, hey, let's lurk. Let's look and see who we can spot out to go rob. Let's lurk to see who we can put a hit out on. Right? Let's get him up off the block. Let's get him up off our corner. This in the Bible, man. Read.
Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive.
Let's go kill that nigga. Let's go beat that nigga up. Let's go gang him. This is what the Bible's saying. Read.
As the grave and whole, as those that go down into the pit, we shall find all precious substance.
Right. So when we rob him, hey, man, I heard, man, hey, it was income tax time. Man, he got a band on him. Man, he got 10,000 on him. He got a rack on him, right? He says we're gonna find what?
Let us find all precious substance.
Right, let's go rob him for all that crack that he got, for all that weed that he got. We're gonna find all the precious substance that he got. Read.
We shall fill our houses with spoil.
Right, and then guess what? We're gonna fill our houses with what we just robbed this nigga for. Y'all understand what the Bible's saying right now? He says don't go with those guys to go rob anybody else, to go and steal from anybody else. Read.
Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse.
See that? He said, so, hey, you get this much, you gonna get this much, because you shot him, you killed him, hey, we're gonna give you double, man. Cast in our lots, hey, and have one big purse, and we're gonna split it amongst each other. That's what happens in the hood, right? The drug dealers on the street corners, they go and sell the drugs and killing their own people, and then they all come together and put it together. But guess what? Where is that gonna land you if you choose to do that? What? Dead or in jail? Read.
Verse 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them.
So God is giving you a warning, Chris. He said what?
My son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Don't walk in the way with them. When y'all hear beef is going down, hey, we finna go ride on East Side tonight. Hey, we finna go ride on DA tonight. He says, do what?
Walk not thou in the way with them.
Come on.
Refrain thy foot from their path.
Right, don't even go. So you see them walking that way, what you supposed to do? Go the other way. That's what God is telling you. Read.
For their feet run to evil.
They do what?
Their feet run to evil.
Run to evil to go kill another man that look just like you, Jaden.
Hey, bring it out.
We heard of family members killing each other.
Right.
Over what? For what? God said to do what?
Refrain thy foot from their path.
Don't go hit that lick, man. Don't go sell that crack. Don't go sell that weed. Because you're going to end up in what? Jail or dead.
That's right.
Read.
For their feet run to evil.
Come on.
And make haste to shed blood.
To do what?
Make haste to shed blood.
Hasty to shed blood. Meaning what? If you shed somebody's blood, what that mean? You killed them, man.
Hey, teach him, Mark.
You killed them. That's our people, man. God know our people.
That's right.
That's why it's here in our book. This is our book. This ain't the white man book.
Right.
God know us. God know us. That's why he said, hey, don't do those things.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community.